this book for quite a while. The Curve. It's basically about online marketing, audience building. But it's more to gain a better perspective on things, a different perspective. It's been quite a good read. I do like this author, Nicholas Lavelle. I'm almost through, actually. This is where I'm at. And also, this guy, he knows a lot about the online world. Usually, whenever people or at least from my experience, it's probably not like it, but whenever I've read books about the internet in the past, it just seems like the author is completely disconnected. And I just always get the feeling that they're still using the old grade PCs with the 4x3 monitors, but you really don't get that kind of vibe from this guy. He does definitely know what he's talking about. And he's got a lot of examples and case studies. Real world examples, which really helps to grasp the topic. And just helps shift your ideas in your mind. But anyway, the curve. Then I started Master Key System. I picked it back up after dropping it. However, I'm not really reading it, but I'm listening to the audiobook. I've read the first chapter, but I've just made it a habit to listen to it as an audiobook before I go to sleep after meditating. And I first really heard about it from X. Not the platform, but the rapper. And it's really complex, and there's a lot of words that you have to look up their definitions in order to understand what is being conveyed. So it's a really deep dive, but it's probably worth it. Once I understand it completely, I think it's gonna be worth it. But there's a couple of more books like this that I'm trying to get into. It's just always difficult because sometimes the concepts that are being conveyed are so abstract and difficult to grasp. persistent, and you put some thought and effort into them, I think it's the payout is going to be exponential, at least. The impact it will have on your life. Out of these, this would probably be the next one that I would do an audiobook for, or Becoming Supernatural, but I haven't finished that yet. So, and this one is a lot shorter, but it probably takes the longest time to incorporate all of the things that are being mentioned and just trying to understand it. I mean, in the book, they also tell you that you should only read a chapter a week, and there's like 20 plus. So that alone is going to take around half a year. If you would get a chapter a week, if you would fully understand it, which I don't really think is going to happen, but you can understand it to a certain degree, and then once you revise or revisit it a couple of years later, then you'll have a completely different understanding for it, and I think that's why this book is very valuable. Master Key System. I've had this one for quite a while, actually, and I've also made a couple of tapping videos with it, but I haven't really read. I think out of these, I've read this the least. I am interested in the art of war, just not at the moment. I do love strategy and strategy theory, but just not right now. But so I purchased this, and I thought it was just like a special edition Art of War, but I completely disregarded that there's also other classics of Eastern philosophy. And so these are it. And those I am very interested in. So as soon as I get some more reading time, because what I've been doing is I've been reading a chapter after I wake up instead of picking my phone up. I just thought that I feel like that's like the best time for me, at least, to soak up knowledge, because you're fresh and nothing's really on your mind. I mean, there's some stuff on your mind, but you're just starting off the day, so if you're reading something, you have the entirety of the rest of that day to think about that, And then I also read one chapter before going to bed. Just to wind down and not look at a screen, which I do probably for the most of the day, but I feel like that's the most important thing to reading more, or when you're just getting into reading, is to just set a time and read, even if it's just 10 pages or a chapter. If you look at it chapter a day. That's 365. 356. Sorry. 65, no. It's 65 chapters a year. And that's pretty good in my opinion. Depending on the thickness of the book, it's gonna be like maybe 10 books. If a book has 30 chapters. Well, obviously it depends on how long the chapter is, but usually if you set a time for like half an hour, I feel like you'd be able to read through most of the chapters. But obviously there are exceptions. But even still, you're gonna definitely progress. And that's the main thing, right? And the pages are also golden. Well, at least the edges are. The page itself is. But yeah, the Art of War. I'm pretty sure I've listened to the Doctrine of the Moon, but I'm not really sure. I've definitely listened to Dr. Ching. And this was my newest pickup. I watched a video where a girl, she showed her spirituality book collection or something like that. And that's where I picked this up, but I've also heard a lot of good things from it. And I've just read the introduction yesterday before going to bed. And it already seemed very intriguing. And surreal to a certain extent. These letters are a little 3D, if you can tell, which makes it a very nice feel. Very nice feel to it. I just love the cover in general. I think it will make a nice tattoo as well. There is a specific term, but I am too unknowledgeable. It should be here somewhere. The caduceus. And I got a video on my front page, on my discovery page, was playing clips of the Earth in like black and white, and the title was Only Numbers. I think it was some kind of Fibonacci frequency, but I have no idea about all of that stuff, so maybe there's going to be some knowledge inside of this book. That'll help me. It did look very intriguing though, and I did watch the video. But I couldn't figure out any meaning behind it, sadly. But yeah, reading's very fun. I know back in school, I think a lot of people feel the same way. That whenever you're reading stuff that you're not interested in, it's just such a pain. It's a pain. But reading shouldn't be a pain. So if you start reading things that actually interest you, you're gonna gain more knowledge than you could ever ask for, really. And reading and your imagination and your creativity, these are all human superpowers that are not really being talked about and taken advantage of most of the time. And so if you even only use 20% of your superpowers, then your life might look a lot different. And it not only might, but it definitely will. Because you're just going to gain different perspectives. You're going to create things and improve. And hopefully, you're going to help other people in the process. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know in the comments. If you would like to save my life, you can do that by subscribing down below. I'll probably link these books in the description as well. But anyway, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, or a pleasant evening. Take care of yourself, stay safe.